So I decided to make some stories that I'm going to put, maybe like a series. We could call them something like Tricia's Crazy Life Stories. Um, Now, one of the craziest stories and craziest people that I've ever known is actually pretty comical. When I was going through, the craziness stages of my life, and I decided to, I needed ways to make money. And I was tired of stealing from stores. I've been in jail quite a few times, and I decided I didn't want to do anything crazy like that anymore. So one day, when we were driving down the street on the way to, the spots to get our drugs, we would see girls, walking down the street. And, they would be, walking what they call the host stroll. And they'd be walking looking for, customers, or you want to call them Johns, tricks, those are all pretty common slang words. And, a lot of these girls would make money, and it would just look so easy. Now, of course, that wasn't my, favorite thing in the world to do. But I obviously, I was a drug addict. I needed a way to get my money for my drugs, and that seemed the easiest way. I thought to myself, yeah, it's illegal, but at the time, now this is my stinking thinking at the time. I said, yeah, it's illegal, but it's two consenting adults, and hey, I'm helping him, he's helping me. Over my different stages of doing things, to get money, I became a prostitute, a hoe, whatever you want to call it. That's what I was. Okay, I can honestly today admit it. I'm not ashamed to admit it because I have overcame that. I stopped it. So I feel like anything that a person did in their life that was horrible, if you have overcame it, you've stopped it, you've recovered from it, and you are a new person, there's nothing to be ashamed about. So that's how I feel about this situation. Well, one of the craziest situations that I ever had was I came across a guy that me and my girlfriends used to call him the blowjob guy. And the blowjob guy, he was so crazy. He had his weirdest fetish. He liked to drive around and, get his blowjob or oral sex, as you want to call it, while he was driving around. He was so crazy. And most people, they want to go in a quiet spot. They want to park somewhere quiet where, they want to be, not seen and get it done and we're off. Well, this one, he specifically could not finish or get off unless he was, unless he was driving around and people were seeing him. He would literally be beeping his horn and getting people's attention. He wanted to be seen. And to me, this was just, oh my God, so crazy, because not only was it embarrassing, but I was afraid of, getting arrested, because if a cop happened to see you or someone seen you and called the cops, this would be crazy. You would risk going to jail. So I really bothered me. But however, at the time, my stinking thinking, because I was only thinking of, getting money, he offered to pay a lot more than a normal person would pay. So I, of course, was like, sure, this sounds great. This is a really great idea. So one day we're driving around and he happens to pull up by a bus stop. There were several, people at the bus stop. And there happened to be a group of girls. They looked like, in my opinion, early 20s, maybe late 20s. And they were just seeing us and they were just cheering us on. And the more they cheered us on, the more he became, what's the word I'm thinking of? He became excited. And I mean, just imagine, picture this. I'm in this guy's car, okay? He is in the steering wheel, I'm in the passenger seat. I'm, down in the position, doing my thing. And these girls are at the window. and they're yelling. They're saying, hey, how are you doing? Oh, this is great. Oh, go, keep going. And I was thinking to myself, oh my God, how embarrassing, you know? But instead of being embarrassed, I continued on, and, everything got finished. But I just kept thinking in my mind, how crazy this is, sitting here doing what I'm doing, and it's like we're at a football game or a baseball game. And instead of cheering on your favorite team, I'm, getting cheered at like as if I'm, a baseball player or a football player, and we're at the stadium, and there's all these spectators. And the spectators at the stadium, they're cheering like, go, go, in every, basket or every point that a person scores, they're cheering more and more. And I'm thinking to myself, they're cheering for me as if this is some kind of game. And that's just crazy how people are today. These who would videotape it, and I had thought there was nothing wrong with that at the time. And of course now, I know it's crazy, and I can sit back and laugh at these situations because the simple fact that, I am, over it, and a lot of these things remind me of why I don't want to do what I did in the past because of the risks I took, But yeah, that's one of my crazy stories, and there's many more. So if you guys want to hear more crazy stories of things I've done in the past, the lot of prostitution stories, crazy, out there stories, let me know in your comments below. But please like, comment, subscribe, share, and please support my channel. I just started, and I want to get better. Thank you very much, and I'll be back with more videos.